What's up, YouTube? How's it going? I hope everybody's doing fine and well. We're back again with another video. We're doing why you should watch slash read One Piece, but part two. You know what I'm saying? We did part one not too long ago, and if I watched the whole entire video, like the video is originally 30 minutes. If I reacted to the whole thing, the YouTube video will be like 40 minutes to an hour long, and I didn't want to do you guys like that unless you're asking for it, you know what I'm saying? But let's just hop straight into it. Part two. Let's go. Super Ike Patchwolf is a goat, man. This guy makes supreme content, bro. Top notch. Shout out to you, man. But let's hop straight into it.
Series over the years, and also a part of why so many people have become so invested in the characters of the Straw Hat Pirates. But before we dive into what makes Luffy and the crew so great, there's a little misconception I'd like to clear up first, and that is the criticism that One Piece has weak character writing because it lacks what people are referring to as character developments. And I think it's important to draw a line here.
One Piece does not lack character development. That's a
progression. Character progression can also be referred to as the narrative arc of a character. They start at A and eventually end up at B. And it's a powerful storytelling tool, but not one that is required for good story. Take Cowboy Bebop, for example. There is little to no progression in any of
If y'all want me to react to Cowboy Bebop, please tell me. You know what I'm saying?
And that is kind of the point. But that doesn't mean they aren't well developed. Character development refers to how fleshed out a character is, their history, their goals, their strengths, their weaknesses, what their perspective on the world is, and how they came to view it that way. And while there isn't a great degree of character progression among the Straw Hats, each and every one of them is extremely well developed.
Yes, sir.
Each one with a highly distinctive personality, from the stark, indifferent Zoro shows in most situations, to Frankie, Luffy, and Chopper's inexhaustible enthusiasm for the world around them. Each Straw Hat has their own unique charm, and each one has their own compelling and often heartbreaking histories. To this date, Brook's story of his final performance for his crew is about the only time I've ever cried while reading a manga. And fuck you, I'll cry whenever I damn well please. And even then, there is character progression. It just tends to happen very slowly. Just look at Usopp's journey from lying coward to Sniper King to actual competent member of the crew. As well written as the Straw Hat Pirates are individually, however, their true appeal only comes through when they're considered as a unit, when considered as the Straw Hat Pirates. And to understand why, we need to first understand what being a pirate in One Piece's world actually means. The choice to become a pirate in One Piece means that you've essentially decided to shirk off the constraints of society, choosing to live outside world law and instead forging your own path and creating your own way of life. And forming a pirate crew means that you found a group of people willing to share in these values. In other words, you found friends willing to accept you for who you are and who will fight for your way of life. This is the concept of nakama that is so pervasive throughout One Piece, which translates roughly to friend, comrade, or crewmate, or as the One Piece fans have come to
I feel like
consider it,
One Piece, I might be super biased, but like I feel like One Piece has a high level of character development and a high level of character progression. It's amazing.
Is both proud and delighted to be part of the crew. They like spending time with each other and exploring the world together, and this is something consistently reinforced by Oda in his many colored illustrations of the Straw Hats, most of which depict them just hanging out and having a good time. And I love these pages because they really get across the camaraderie felt by these characters and the friendship they share. Each member of the Straw Hats also has their deeper reasons for wanting to be part of the crew, as each member has at some point lost someone.
You know what's crazy about the Straw Hat crew? Like, everybody has a sad story. You know what I'm saying? I feel like each and every character, each and every member has lost somebody that's been special to them, which is crazy. Like, I think that's Oda's cheat code, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just create a character, make sure they lost somebody important in the past, make it a super, super sad story, and just keep it moving, man.
Extremely close to them, and that event usually causes them to lose their place within the world, a place they eventually only rediscover upon joining the crew. And I think this only furthers the appeal of the Straw Hats. They're a group of friends who have found each other in a massive, sprawling world and who value that friendship more than anything. And over the course of One Piece, it's hard not to feel drawn into this dynamic yourself, like you aren't in some small way part of the crew. And I think this is a primary reason why so many people feel such a strong emotional investment in the familial concept that is the Straw Hat Pirates.
By the way, quick question: who's your favorite crew member? Who's your favorite Straw Hat? Because for me, it's Usopp and Sanji. Those are my favorites, and my top three is Usopp, Sanji, Zoro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to rank them, but I love Usopp because like he just when you're binge watching, he makes the series like super funny. You know what I'm saying? Like Usopp and Dressrosa was amazing. Sanji, I feel like I could relate to Sanji more as a character, and I feel like he's the most written, he's the most developed and well written character from the crew. Zoro, that guy is a stud, bro. That guy, bro. Shout out to Zoro, man. I aspire to be like Zoro because of his ambition, but I relate more to Sanji. And I feel like that's why Zoro and Sanji, they're my top three. They part of the top three plus Usopp. And that doesn't mean I hate Luffy because I love Luffy, but he has to rank fourth. He ranks fourth for me, man. Tell me what y'all think. Or who's your favorite Straw Hat?
Emotional investment that Oda leverages in order to create the most dramatic moments of tension and conflict within One Piece's story. While Luffy and Co face many dangers throughout their voyage, nothing ever feels as high stakes as when the unity of the Straw Hats is threatened. There's various points in the journey when, due to either external or internal factors, a member of the crew will decide to leave of their own accord, and these inevitably become some of the most emotionally impactful moments of the entire series.
Yeah, that's a
One
fact.
such example is early on in the fantastic Water 7 arc. After sustaining repeated damage over the course of the journey, Luffy decides that it's time to condemn the crew's old ship, the Going Merry, a decision that Usopp takes umbrage with, as up until this point he has been the one maintaining the ship. But it's obvious that his actual real worry is that he too will eventually be left behind by the Straw Hats. Tempers flare and the situation quickly spirals out of control as Usopp declares to the shock of the others that he's decided to leave the Straw Hats, and it culminates in a brutal showdown between Luffy and Usopp to decide which one will take ownership over the Going Merry. It's one of the best fights of the entire series, but what always stays with me about it is the visible effect the encounter has on the rest of the crew, each one visibly shaken by the violent clash.
Yeah, this was a dope fight. And like low key, I was rooting for Usopp. I was rooting for Usopp.
Family they've all grown to be a part of. It's a beautifully sad episode and one I really encourage you to go check out. It's one of the better produced episodes of the anime, and even if you have no interest in consuming the rest of One Piece, this is a great example of how strong the character writing in the series can actually be.
Yeah.
The other major example of how well Oda handles his characters can be seen in how he establishes the many villains of One Piece's world. In the same way, he can utilize a character's backstory to establish an incredible amount of tragedy and sympathy. I love it when you do it like that, and when you're close up, give me the shivers.
When you embrace someone you love, you're not thinking about
Get your money, man. Get your money, Super Eye Patch. Shout out to you.
He's equally capable of utilizing this same technique to create a palpable, justified sense of fear and danger within a character. My personal favorite example of this being the terrifying Don Quixote Doflamingo.
Doflamingo is the best villain in One Piece. You know how Orochimaru is the best villain in Naruto, but he's not the strongest? That's how I see Doflamingo.
So, moving quickly along, God fucking damn it, okay, I can't help myself, here we go. Don Quixote Doflamingo was born to the most elite class of family, known only as the World Nobles or Celestial Dragons. A class of people of such wealth and power that they can commit atrocities in public without any fear of legal repercussion. A young Doflamingo greatly valued this elite status until one day his father declared that the family would be abandoning their life of excess and lordship in exchange for living an honest life as regular people, and in doing so disregarded their noble status. A decision they from the sacred land of Merios, the family began their new
Marios.
life as regular citizens.
That was called Mary
Only to
Joa.
return to their home one night to find it set
Oh
ablaze.
crap.
Word had spread to a nearby village about the noble family no longer under government protection, and it brought out the seething, long-term hatred its people felt for the celestial dragons. A hatred that took the form of a series of violent assaults against Doflamingo and his family. Persecuted and driven from their home, the family were forced to take refuge in squalor, eating only garbage to survive. There, their father, now desperate and afraid, contacted the world nobles in the hopes of returning his terrified family to Merios. But he was met with only scorn, and he and his family were abandoned to the cruel world they had chosen to become a part of. The continuing ordeal slowly took its toll on Doflamingo's mother, who grew more ill with each passing day, until eventually her life slipped away. And just as it seems like the remaining family had nothing left to lose, they were once again attacked by the scornful villagers, only this time they were captured, tied to their former burning mansion, and tortured. The experience awakened within Doflamingo a great rage, a rage that manifested itself in the form of his emperor's haki, which he used to subdue the villagers and save his remaining family. But at this point, Doflamingo was so consumed with the hatred for the people who tormented him, hatred for the celestial dragon.
You know what's crazy? Like, it seems like every major character in One Piece has a sad story. You know what I'm saying? Like Big Mom's story, backstory's messed up. Odin's backstory's messed up. Luffy, all them guys, man, all their backstories are just messed up. And that's why I want to see Garp's story. I want to see Dragon's backstory. Kaido, I'm waiting for him, and Shanks. You know what I'm saying? Cause like all their like backstories are just messed up. But you get so much information from watching those too, so it's amazing.
That abandoned his family, and even hatred for his own father, whom he blamed for the entire ordeal. This would later result in Doflamingo killing his father and vowing to one day take everything that the celestial dragons have built up and burn it to the ground. His rage manifesting in a twisted grin as he declared war on all of existence. And this is the man that Luffy and the crew must face in the Dressrosa arc.
Doflamingo was that guy, bro.
This is the kind of writing that
You know what I'm
makes
saying?
so many of the villains from One Piece so compelling.
Yeah.
It also gives the eventual conflicts between Luffy and these characters such weight and drama, to the point that I would say I don't actually find the bigger fights in One Piece as well written or choreographed as the characters from other series, but it hardly seems to matter due to what an excellent job Oda has done in framing these encounters in the emotion of their characters. Take the monumental showdown between Luffy and Rob Lucci, for example. What really makes this fight work is less so the
Bro, I feel like that fight is hyped up. I ain't gonna lie, man.
more the clashing of the two's diametrically opposed emotions and ideology. Luffy is, of course, the embodiment of adventuring and free spirit, the belief that people should be allowed to pursue their dreams without worry or constraints. And Rob Lucci is the crushing wall of
Y'all might hate me for this, but I feel like the fight between Rob Lucci and Luffy was just overhyped. Cause there's so many more better fights in the series. But I don't know, but like people just keep going back to this matchup right here. I feel like the Enies lobby arc was phenomenal, but I don't think that fight between Luffy and Rob Lucci was like the best ever. It was alright. You know what I'm saying? It was alright. Y'all won't kill me for this, but hey, I gotta keep it real, man. I gotta keep it real.
reality that stands in the way of all that. The personification of the faceless world government that seeks to regulate and control every aspect of society. And this setup lends real narrative weight to every blow of the encounter. So finally, it is of course only fair to mention what I consider some of One Piece's weaker points. And the biggest by far is the handling of the anime. I do actually find it more tolerable than most, with some of the action scenes having some genuinely fantastic
That was
animation.
lit. That was
But
lit.
the production does drop a lot outside these moments, and that coupled with some truly awful pacing means that it's hard to recommend the anime as anything other than a companion piece to the manga. While Oda is exceptional at creating a wide variety of characters with all manner of shapes and body types, He does draw a lot of his girl characters very, very similar. And while I like sexy characters in my anime, this is one of the few areas of the series that feels phoned in. In other words, I think Oda has it in him to do better with his fan service. The pacing of One Piece can be sometimes jarring to the point that it's a little frustrating. It's common for the focus to shift from character to character, with many fights occurring simultaneously. And while this sometimes creates a great sense of spectacle and chaos, it can also kill the momentum of a particular encounter, cutting away just as things are getting heated. And again, this is a problem way worse in the anime. The biggest barrier to entry, however, has to be its extreme length. Anyone new to the series could spend months and even...
Bro, I love long running animes, man. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really enjoy it. Because it feels like you're on a journey. But then again, the shorter ones are goated. You know what I'm saying? Like the Death Notes, the Code Geass, the Full Metal Alchemist. Those are goated animes. But the long-term ones are also goated. And, like, I feel like you have so much more fun. Especially if you're a binge watcher. Like, I'm a binge watcher when it comes to anime. And that's why I can't wait to start the anime reaction channel, man. I'm going to react to One Piece. I'm going to react to... I haven't seen Jujutsu Kaisen, so I'm going to react to that. I'm going to react to My Hero Academia. And some other stuff, like the New Age stuff I haven't seen yet. So I can't wait to jump in and start going crazy.
Years trying to catch up on it, and wait many more for its eventual conclusion. But I think, in a way, this is also the series' biggest strength. When I think of what I love about One Piece and what keeps me coming back, it isn't the eventual promise of finding out what One Piece is, or the conclusion to arcs that I know are most likely dozens of chapters away, but rather, it's just the opportunity to return to this world and spend more time with these characters.
Yeah, that's facts. That's
see
facts.
them fight and struggle and chase their dreams, and in turn, see how the world's many moving parts react to them. This is the kind of story that should be told. One carefully
No corona.
built over hundreds and hundreds of chapters, where each corner of its world feels realized, and yet where each horizon still brims with potential. And if you're new to One Piece, this is the reason I think it's still a commitment so worth making. As it's a story to get lost in, one to grow up alongside, and one with worlds and characters that will stay with you for years to come. And this, friends, is the best reason I can think of why you should watch / read One Piece.
This was an amazing video, man.
Friends, I want to thank you for joining me today.
Alright, that's it for the video. But like I said, man, I can't wait to start watching One Piece. I can't wait to start rewatching One Piece on this channel with you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start that really soon. The reason why I'm reacting to like other YouTube content is so I can get used to recording videos and try to create that habit. Once I create that habit, and once I learn how to edit, or if I can find somebody that knows how to edit, oh, we're gonna go crazy, bro. We're gonna go crazy for next year, 2022, and the end of this year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna use the end of this year to kind of build great habits, and then go crazy in the beginning of 2022. And so yeah, that was it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to, like and subscribe. And yo, that's it. Thank you.